Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to be doing some landing challenges at Toronto Billy Bishop Airport, which is a pretty nice little airport here in downtown Toronto. So I decided to make this because I asked a poll asking you guys if you wanted some MSFS content, and some of you said yes, so why not? So I think we all know that like a Cessna and stuff would be able to land here. So we're going to start with something a little bit bigger. So I think we'll start with the Cessna Citation CJ4. Welcome aboard the Citation CJ4. Pretty nice little jet. Let's get this landed here in Toronto now. Okay, so here we are. We're approaching Toronto Billy Bishop. Here on our right hand side, we can see downtown Toronto. It seems to be quite foggy today, and there also seems to be a lot of wind. Our plane is getting pushed around quite a lot here on approach. Let's just see how this goes. We're very close to the runway. I'm gonna put the throttle to idle. We are actually on a pretty good approach here. We've got some wind pushing us slightly, but it doesn't seem that bad. So here we are, runway 26. We're gonna be landing pretty early. Or not. Bring the nose down. And we are safe on the ground. And bringing this to a stop. You can take a look at the replay from the outside view. So here we go. You can see me approaching runway 26. And I thought we were gonna land pretty early here, but we actually kind of floated a little bit. And we landed a little before the touchdown area. But other than that, it was a pretty nice landing. Not too hard, but I think we can move on to a bigger plane now. Okay, now that we're done with that, I think we can move on to a slightly bigger jet. I'll be taking the CRJ550, which is a pretty interesting plane. I think it was developed basically specifically for United. And it's basically a variant of the CRJ700. I think it just has a couple less seats. Okay, so here we are. Welcome aboard the CRJ550. We've got the United livery, as it's basically, I think, the only airline that flies it, as it was designed for them. But yeah, other than that, it's a pretty nice plane. I'm a fan of how the CRJs look. I think they're some pretty nice jets. I don't know how comfortable they are as a passenger, but I like the exterior. I think they look quite nice. Let's make another approach here into the runway for Billy Bishop. Okay, so here we are. We're approaching runway 26 at Billy Bishop Airport. Once again, there's some slight gusts of wind that pushed us around further below. It gets a little calmer. We're back on track somewhat. I don't think this is going to be a very pretty landing.
200.
Yeah, we're sinking again.
100. Sink rate. 50. 40.
Okay, here we go. This is going to be a rough landing. I just felt that impact. But we're on the ground now. No reverse thrust needed. And a very quick stop from the CRJ there. I did not turn on the replay, unfortunately. We'll try it again with the CRJ1000, which is slightly larger, and we'll see how that goes. Welcome aboard the CRJ1000. Air Canada does not operate the CRJ1000. So I've just got it in this interesting Air France livery. I think it looks pretty nice. It's a very interesting plane because it's basically just the previous CRJ version, but extended again. It looks pretty funny because it's got a pretty long body and its wings are more towards the back. So it'll be interesting to see how this lands over here at Billy Bishop. I'll cut back to when we're on final and ready to land. Okay guys, here we are. We are on final for runway 26 once again at Billy Bishop. We are getting quite tossed around here while we are on final, but I think we'll be fine. Oh my god. Yeah, there are some very strong gusts of wind sometimes. But let's see how this goes. Okay, we're getting our GPWS callouts and the plane is telling telling us that we're sinking, but I think we're fine. Oh, actually, we are pretty low. Plane is kind of right. Oh, this is gonna be a rough landing. Very early. Very rough. But, once again, I think the rough landings are helping us come to a quick stop. We can take a look at the landing here in the replay and see how bad it was, basically. Let's see. So yeah, we touched down right at the edge of the runway. It was a pretty rough landing. Nose wheel slams down onto the ground. But we do come to a pretty quick stop, though. Yeah, overall, I guess it wasn't that bad. We came to a stop, which is what's important. So, hey guys, welcome aboard the 737-600. So this is a 737 NG variant that Boeing barely produced. I think only around 60 were made. I know WestJet used to fly these a lot, but they have retired them a couple years ago. Aeroflyer acquired some of them, I think. And, well, this is a Canadian airline, and one of the few airlines that operates the 737-600 today. Let's get this approach into Billy Bishop. So here we are, we're approaching Billy Bishop. We're getting some strong wind up here on approach. We're kind of getting thrown around. But I think we should be fine here. Since it's a pretty small version of the 737, it has some insane performance. And it can land at some very small runways, so I think we should be fine here. Oh, we are actually very high. Okay, this actually might end badly. We're pretty high and very fast, but we do not have time for go-arounds here. We're just gonna slam this thing into the ground. Good Ryanair landing should do.
Up. 20.
Oh god.
10.
We have managed to come to a stop. Let's take a look at that in the replay. That should be interesting. Yeah, I was approaching very high up. Honestly, probably should have gone for a go-around to make it a bit nicer of a landing. But, here we are, floating a lot, going very fast. Tried slamming it down on the ground here, but just couldn't. It floated back up. And then slammed it into the ground. We can see the tire smoke come out. Nose wheel comes down. I even accidentally put the engines to full thrust, and we somehow still came to a stop though. Okay, here we are in the Airbus A310. It's a pretty old plane by now. Not many airlines fly it anymore. I don't even know if any. I know Air Transat used to have some. I'm not sure if they fly them anymore though. But yeah, this is a proper medium sized airplane. So this should be interesting. Let's see how it goes. So here we are in the A310 approaching Billy Bishop. We can see the runway now. Once again, we are getting thrown around a bit up here by some winds, but I think we should be able to get it under control by the time we're closer to the runway. We are back on final approach to Billy Bishop after we were rudely interrupted. Once again, we've got some very strong winds up here. That should subside once we get further down. We are quite fast though, actually. This is not good. Okay, I am on idle. 140 knots. Could be worse, honestly. Firm landing here. Oh my god. Okay, that was really bad. I think I actually just crashed. I didn't turn on the replay for that, but I'm pretty sure we died. I think I hit the ground with my nose wheel and my right gear first, and then like bounced back out. I guess we'll count it though. I mean, we did stop with some room to spare. We're kind of out of planes, basically. I would have used the A330. I had an A330 add-on, but I have no clue where it went. So, we're going on to the 747. I don't have much hope for this, but we'll see. Okay, so here we are in the 747, a very beautiful plane, which is unfortunately slowly disappearing. Many airlines are starting to get rid of it. A lot of already have. But a very beautiful plane, and a very big one, which probably has no chance at landing here. I'm pretty sure like 2 or 3 747s would fill up the whole runway. So yeah, I don't have much hope, but this is a sim, so we can always try. We can now see the runway 26 at Billy Bishop. We are in the 747, of course. Don't have much hope for this once again. We are a little high, I think. We are kind of picking up speed though at this approach rate.
300, 200.
Here we go though. Here goes nothing. I'm just gonna slam it into the ground because that's the only way we're ever gonna get this to work. Full on the reverse thrust. And then you just gotta hope. And I think this actually might work. There's no way this actually worked. We actually did it. I don't know how that worked, but we have actually managed to stop. But let's take a look at that now in the replay. Okay, so yeah, we were coming in pretty fast. I was ready to slam this thing into the ground. Yeah, okay, that was a crazy landing. Definitely really hard. But then we somehow managed to actually stop. We kind of overran. We went here, kind of past the runway, but we did not die. We somehow didn't crash into the water. But if you enjoyed the video, liking and subscribing would be greatly appreciated. I know this isn't my typical content, but if you like it, let me know, and I'll see if I do more of it. But have a great day.